Hi guys, welcome to CBC Colouring Book Club. Thank you for being here today. I am colouring in Forestgirl, and this is part 2. Sorry about last week. My neighbours asked me to go to the markets with them, so I took the week off streaming. It was a last minute decision. So I hope you had a good weekend off. Alright, so I've picked a few colours out here, and I'm using mainly polychromos, and I might use a few prismas, and who knows, I might add something else in too. So yesterday I played around a little bit and I just did the handrails and the underneath of the walkway, and so I shall continue with maybe starting off and doing a few bricks. Just sharpen a couple of these up before I start. There's all sorts of nice colours here actually. There's a couple of prismas in here as well. So I will use Ginger Root 1084 in the prisma to start off with. And I'll zoom in a little bit. Sorry about that. Just a little bit rickety and there we go. I've tried to tighten the table up a little bit with the legs, but I might have to check the screws underneath again. Every now and again I just need to tighten them up a little bit. And now I have Nougat, which is 178 in the polychromo. Brown ochre 182 in the polychromo. Hi Elizabeth. I'm glad you're on. I'm glad you're here. Hope you're having a good weekend. This one is Earth Green 172. Not a good day, but it actually bit me today. Oh, at least it was an accident. I hope you're all right. I hope it wasn't a bad bite. Now, I would like to use a lighter grey. It's silver. I don't want silver. That one's a light grey. I'll start off with this one for a base coat, I think. This one's cold grey number 2, or cold grey 2, and it's number 231. I think. I tell you what, that is so hard to see. Not just go. No, just go in the watch it and keep it clean. Yeah. Yeah. So I'll use the base coat. So like I said, I started off, I did the walkway up here, and I finished off the wood beam along the top pretty much, but I have to admit I was getting a little bit, I don't think I was in the right frame of mind. I was getting a little bit impatient trying to get the wood the same colour. I think it looks pretty good along here where I did, but yeah, I started to get a bit impatient. Looks like maybe I should let this go for now. Just wasn't in the right frame of mind for it, I don't think. And I'll just test this out. I'm not sure if I'll use the ginger root. The stone is grey, but it's also got like a slightly, maybe, I don't know, henna colour to it as well. So I can give that a go. Anyway, if it doesn't turn out the same, so be it. Doesn't really matter. Clay rose. Let me see. Rosy beige might be better. Yeah, rosy beige is a bit lighter. So this one's a Prisma, and it's rosy beige 1089. And I'm just very lightly going over with this colour. It's a little bit pinky looking in the corner. And then I'll use slightly darker grey. Warm grey number 4, and it's 273. The wood looks real. Thank you. Hope you're doing something nice for Christmas. It's not far away now. There's a little bit of a darker area there. And I think while I was getting impatient is because it is quite time consuming trying to match up the colours and get it as close as possible. And then I thought, it doesn't matter. But I thought, no, keep going, challenge myself. Now back to cold grey 2. And I'll just smooth over the whole thing, just to blend it in a little bit. I still think it's got a bit of a tinge to it. What's the next one? So the ones around the fireplace are dark. Warm grey 4, which is 273, just for a base coat. Oh, both your mum and your sister have to work. Oh. Stay safe with this new variant that's flying around. Looks like some of Europe's already going into lockdown right on Christmas. So that's going to spoil a lot of people's plans. Oh, and yeah, I just remembered. Hey, B, thanks for being here, darling. Oh, look, so sorry about this. The foundations here, it's just, yeah. So happy 2022. Wouldn't be crazy, but it's like it might be. Yeah, I think so. Hi, Mona. Thank you for being here. So I said I'd challenge myself, and I did. And I did my first ever colour along with Chris Chang, and I'm quite happy with how it turned out. Looks pretty good. And she liked my picture on Instagram, said amazing. So that was pretty cool. I was happy, yeah, that she saw that. And the colours aren't showing up as well on screen. But yeah, I'm quite happy with that. It is beautiful. She does amazing colouring, and it was quite fun to colour along because I've never done it before. Berry started driving me nuts. Once again, I was starting to get a little impatient, but I persevered. So I'm quite pleased. I love the robins. I think they turned out really cool. Wait for that to focus a bit. Yep. So yeah, anyway, so I did. I challenged myself and I got it done. So all good. Thank you, B. Thanks, guys. Oh, I'm so sorry about this being so rickety. All right. So next Saturday is Christmas. So that means I'll be streaming on Boxing Day at this stage, I suppose. As far as I know. There's probably people, go away on holidays, visit family and stay away and full from Christmas dinner and all that sort of stuff. So at this stage, I'm planning on streaming next Sunday. If you want something to do, it's just another day for me. Now, where are we? The bottom one. Yeah, that one's black too, or dark. But I won't go completely black because then I'll just blend in with the back of the fireplace. So I don't want that to happen. So I'm just doing a base coat, and I have some darker grey, red flowers, the poinsettia. Hi Catherine, thank you for being here. Welcome. Okay, moving on to warm grey number 5, which is 274. And there's some light areas on this brickwork as well. Oh, this one I coloured the whole, because this is pretty much A5 and Chris was using A4, so I printed it out, and because the detail was so small, I coloured the whole thing with a magnifying glass. So if you can imagine, like, yes. So every little detail, that's fun because it's only small. I finally managed to get my stupid YouTube to notify me you were live. Laugh out loud. Usually every Sunday, Catherine. I didn't last week. My neighbours asked me to go to the markets with them, so I had a bit of a holiday. So sorry for anyone who was waiting and I didn't turn up. And B, I went to let you. I thought, I better let her know I'm not streaming, otherwise she'll be messaging going, "Aren't you streaming today?" And my iPad was down to 1%, and as soon as I went to touch it, it just went flat on me. So I had to charge it, and I was just like, well, it was hectic. I was supposed to leave soon, and we were going at 9:30, I think it was, to the markets, and it's like, oh my goodness, like. And I got it on charge, and as soon as I did that, it gave me just a little bit, so I could let you know. Thank you, Mona. It worked and turned out beautiful. It did, Elizabeth. Yes. Yes, I was quite happy with it. Might do another one again one day. And that's the thing with this picture too. I don't know, my eyes are shot to pieces. But I tend to did last stream, I grabbed this out so I could get into see the detail a little bit more, where the grey bits are, all the detail. So for anyone that's going away for Christmas, travel safe, take care out there. There is a split in there actually. No worries, honey. And I did, my other 3 books turned up. Christine Karen's Fairies 2, Ruth Sanderson's Fairies, and Fantasy World with a werewolf on the cover. And he's a pretty handsome werewolf too, I must say. Some of the pictures on it, I'm not that keen on, but there's others there that are really cool. A few creatures and things in there that I really like. So I did flip throughs of those. So they're on YouTube. if you're into that sort of thing, whether it be fairies or monsters and creatures or nibbles and things. Yes, and that's why I'm keeping this grey so it doesn't blend in with that black too much. And the grout on this is pretty light. It's almost a cream, nearly a white coloured grout. It was also good to do that colour along with Chris Chang, because it was like doing a refresher, just to remind myself of how many colours really do go into something, and colours that you would not think that go into it. Just bring it to life so much more. So I'm glad I did do it. Because even with these two down here that I did, there's like what is it? Earth green, in a bit of earth green in there, and a bit of rosy beige in there. And then when you look at them, they look like a sandstone colour and greys, but you can, just put a bit more life into it, a bit more colour. And it's always fun to experiment. I'm just going a bit harder with this grey, just to show up the stonework. Now I could put it a little bit. I used the dark sepia, I think, which is 175. So it's a dirty, sooty kind of brown grey. It's almost like putting a different kind of black in there. And if I don't get the shading right with these, I'm not really worried about it. Doesn't matter. I colour wearing a jeweler's magnifying head, Heather, so I understand the magnifying glass of it. Yes. I'm sure there's a few of us that do it. But it's scary, because when you do this, you really, really do see every little detail. And if you've been colouring and then you do grab a magnifying glass, you see all the little bits. It's like, oops, didn't quite go up to the line. And you do. You see, it's getting pretty detailed. It's been a couple of times like, oops, maybe I shouldn't have looked through that, because now I want to go back over it all again. Fix it all up. I tell you what, next year, and my neighbour wants to as well. Yeah, it's going to be health kick time. I tell you what, we had a street party the other night, and one of the fellas took some photos, and we had a Kris Kringle, and Santa came, and that was all well and good. Anyway, he took a photo, and it was the back of me, and I was over at the table, and I saw it last night, and I honestly, I cried. I was just so mad at myself. I had put on so much weight. I was horrified, absolutely horrified. So, yeah, come the new year, won't be any more nibblies and drinking wine and champagne or whatever. And no, it has to stop. I was devastated. What have I done? I think I'll just leave it that colour. Just a bit of ginger root. Scared the pants off myself, I did. Hi, Terry Lynn. Thank you for being here. Thank you, everyone. Use my phone's camera. Yep. Yeah. Well, I've got my arm boom attached to the table here, and it's just really rickety at the moment. I don't want to bust the thread on it either, because I did on the last one. And I ended up buying it was $88, and I bought a new one just because I busted the thread, and I don't want to do that again. Coffee going cold as usual. All right, what will I do now? Couple more bricks, I think, and then I might maybe even attempt the mat. And if you notice with this book, something like you can't see this little bit up here, and then if you look down where the couch is, there's more couch. So this couch here, which is this one here, there's more of it. You can see it underneath the arm of it. Not that matters. I just thought I'd state that bit of trivia for the day. This is Forestgirl. The premium edition. It's a second volume 2. Alrighty. Might use that again, I think. Just a very, very light base coat of 20% French grey, 1069 in the Prisma. Just a few light layers. And has quite a well, I suppose you could say a bit of slightly sort of orangey colour, maybe an ochre of some sort. Or anyway, this one happens to be burnt ochre, 187 in the polychromo, and I like working with this paper. Generally I like smooth paper, and this one, it's got a little bit of tooth to it, but you can really play around with this paper. It takes quite a few layers, and it's designed for watercolour, so that gives you an idea of what the tooth is like. So I'm using this burnt ochre. There's a few little patchy bits on it. I mean, obviously you can colour them any colour you want, but I just thought I'd try and just challenge myself and stick with the colours a little bit. I'm going to use some Nougat 178 in the poly. Mainly polys I'm using. I have added a few Prismas in here because of the colours that I'm after. Let me see. See, when I grab the magnifying glass and look at that, it's looks quite different compared to the naked eye. But then, hey, my eyes are shot to pieces, I think, so. Let There's more a patch up in that corner. And then there's a brown sort of a streak going through it. And there's a bit of a line there. I won't get too technical. For those that draw, you have some sort of an understanding of how you have an eye for detail. But I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to waste my time on doing that. And then I think this is ginger root. Yep, ginger root 1084. Just go over it just to blend it in a little bit, smooth it over. Okay, what's the next one? Oh, next one's grey. Warm grey 275. And seeing I've 273, and seeing I've got the magnifying glass, it would be easier, wouldn't it? Warm grey for 273 in the poly. I always seem to get some of those French greys mixed up. Thanks, B. Haven't had one of them for a long time. Cream. No, it's not. It's ivory. Ivory 103. It's quite a pale grey, this piece of stone. So I'm going over reasonably hard with the ivory just to bring that grey back a bit, just to lighten it up. And then I'll grab the warm grey and just go back over in this corner. There's a bit of dark just there. All right, another one. This one's grey, but it's a little bit darker. So I'll use the warm grey. I'd love a house made out of just all the stone, like your log cabins and all the stone. Oh, all the natural wood, stone, slate. Oh, beautiful. Yeah, my kind of house. love log cabins and things like that. One of the things in Australia is the termites. They are really bad. And they like to chomp on wood, of course, and make major damage, which is not a good thing. Just a little bit of darker grey, and this one's a Prisma. 70% warm grey, 1056, just to darken up the top corner. Bit of a patch there. Oh, we had a bit of thunder when I woke up this morning. It was like, oh. Technically, we're not supposed to be on electronics and things like that when it's that kind of weather. So it's quite dark and it's tried to rain, did for a minute. So it's one of those beautiful days where you can sit inside and just colour all day. All right, I'll do this other one. That's grey, but it's a lighter grey as well. So I might use 20% French grey. Now I hope this doesn't smudge to the black. I did grab a piece of paper, but I'm not using it at the moment. So French grey, bit of ginger root. And just a little bit of grey up the corner. That'll do. Okay, let's play with this mat. This could be fun. Let's see how we go here. Hey Lulu, thank you for being here. Mine too. I love the log cabins that have the stone fireplaces and all natural wood. Yeah, beautiful. I'm really conscious of this wonky. All right, let me see now. So that basically comes. I really want to keep that straight. I've got to keep with the border and not look at this other stuff around it. I've got to sort of block that out and just make sure I'm straight. So I've already sort of gone at a bit of an angle. Yeah, so I'm not real happy with that already. And you have to be very careful with the tooth of the paper, so I'm going very light. So I have to keep with that line there. And because that's what I was saying before about the chair, you can see more. Maybe I should zoom out. You can see more of the chair in the one that we're colouring, and so the matte square looks longer on here, and that makes it awkward. Anyway, it doesn't have to be perfect. It's just me being fussy. And I probably could have come over a little bit more as well. Otherwise, that other square is going to look too big. Because this looks so much wider than what this does. Just me being fussy. Bring it out a bit more. And even if it's just a few mil or so, it makes a difference. Oh, goodness me. Alrighty. See, because that square's so much. Yep, anyway. See, that one's going to be. Yeah, this is awkward. Awkward. Oh, no. That should probably be at a slightly more acute angle. Yep. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. It does, because if I don't get it right, I'm going to get off screen and go, yeah. Leave me alone. So there's a square there. You can barely see that. Where's that one? That one is just down there. Yeah, watch job. Laugh out loud. This is why I'm trying to line it up, because you can see that one there is not the right, is not parallel, and that's going to annoy me. It's going to annoy me. Yep, that's going to annoy me. Anyway, I might do that while I'm off stream, I think, because it's going to annoy me. And I want to get it right. I'll leave the mat. Disregard the mat. Don't worry about the mat. I'd be like, no, I'm not. The boxes, I'll just colour it one colour. No, I'm not going to let it beat me. But I do want to get it right. And I mean, I could get a ruler out, which would make it a lot easier. But I really want those to be. I'm just looking at the picture. It is pretty much the same. I mean, it's the same, if you know what I mean. But it's just that because they've brought that down and trying to make that fit right because you've got that extra bit of room down here and it makes it awkward. All right, I don't know. Anyway, who cares? Right, I've done a few bricks, so I've got pencils all over the place. So let me get rid of these. How do I play with the wreath and the tree? Oh, could be my neighbour wanting something. Yeah, I thought so. She's just asking me if they were good neighbours, you know, if they go into town and they ask you if you want anything and all that, you know, all that sort of stuff. Now, I did use a couple of these on the Christmas picture, so I don't really remember what colours I used. And these are all Prismas. But I know I had a lighter colour. I don't remember what I used. That's too green. Might have been these. I can't remember. But anyway, it doesn't matter. Yeah, bye, B. Have a lovely lunch, darling. Thank you for being here. Thank you for doing what you did before. Even with the ruler, I'd be throwing in the towel. Nah, you can't let it beat you like that. Have a go. So what have we got here? Got some nice light colours. I'm still not happy with the ones. That's pretty bright. Cream, maybe. Yeah, all right. All right, we've got a wreath on here. Still got my baker's dozen to finish as well. I started that on stream last year. And then Christmas sort of up and left us. And it's like, oops, I never got it done. All right, now, sorry guys, I use Sap Green 120 in the Prisma. And now I'm going to use Moss Green 1097. Not very much of it though, it's like an army green. But I just want a little bit of it in there for a base. Because some of this down here is dark. dark bit through there. Another dark bit there. And a little bit there. And a bit there, and a bit there, and a bit there. Now, what is this one? Kelly Green 1096. A few lighter bits. Now that bit there is not really, I don't know what it is. It's a leaf, but when you look at the picture, it just blends in with the rest of it pretty much. And this one is too short to tell. 908. Yep, I thought so. Dark green 908 in the Prisma. Just a little bit more. Hello, Wesley. Hello. What you doing? I got fake grass laid down too last week sometime. And it looks really good. And he's happy with it. He's lying on it and more comfortable than the silly stones that they put down out there. Now this is a dark green, but it's still bright. And I don't want the green this bright. So I'll use a grey, a darker grey or something to darken this up. I don't want it to be one green blob, so that's why I'm doing it the way I am. So I get a bit of definition here and there. Same as I did with the one down here, just gives it a bit more colour. Sepia, dark sepia, 175 in the poly. And I won't press too hard with it, but it's darkening that dark green up just nicely. And get those shadows in there. There's one going right through there. And then a light bit, and then another dark bit. And I'll have to sharpen the pencil up, so I've got a few leaves sticking out underneath. More dark along here. And it's quite dark over on this side too. Back to the moss green. So the moss green on top of the dark green is quite a good green as well. Oh, my ears are burning. Go away. Better answer her if she's down the street. It'd be nothing worse than going down the street and then you're waiting. Oh, she's just put the thumbs up. Now I'm waiting for an answer or something and you don't get one. Sorry guys, my battery died. Oh, Lulu, you're right. You're back again. All sorted out. Wrong pencil. Moss green I had. Yep. Yeah, that's quite a yellowy green on its own, but it's good over the top of the dark green. And we don't want the yellowy green. So I'll try a bit of the Cali green 1096. Just going over the top of that moss green where it's yellow. Because the wreath that's on here only has a bit of a highlight in it. It doesn't have any bright, like the yellow grass sort of green. So I'm just going to cover that up a bit. I was going to sharpen that pencil up too so I can get those bits underneath, but that's all right. Get away with that. Now I've got the cream and I'm just going to go in and put a couple of highlights in here and there. Back to the darker colour. And you can't say I'm that happy with my effort on this. Where's my white? So that's where I like the Prisma. Very handy pencil. That works much better. So straight away, that white goes on so much better. Good old Prismas. So reliable. Back to the moss green. Must be white. Oh, it is too. That's two because I've got the big red candle in the middle and there's two white candles. Little candles. Which I've just really covered up. Alrighty. Now there's a couple of Chrissy trees. So it's one, two, this one here. Now I'm starting off with, I don't know what it is. My pencils are getting too short. 913 is spring green in the Prisma. So yep, this one's spring green. And there's another one over here that's got some bright colour on it too. Yeah, I'll leave it out. And then it's more of a, yeah, I suppose a moss colour green. This side as well. So there's a light source coming from somewhere heading in that direction by the look of it. Now it's not a real bright green. It might be a bit bright. Yeah, maybe something like this. What is it? Chromium green opaque 174 in the polychromo. Yeah, it's a similar sort of a green. And I'm just going to put a little bit more of that other green back on top. Spring green. And do the underside of the trees. So the chromium green opaque, and then it's yeah, maybe a little bit of moss green, just lightly. Oh, it's got a bit cool all of a sudden. Might be rain around somewhere. And there's a bit underneath. And a bit down the bottom. Now, I'll get the spring green and lightly go back over. It is pretty bright, but then so is the tree. And I might use just a little bit of the Celadon Green 1020. Oops. Looking really good. Thanks, Lulu. I'm spending enough time on it especially with a magnifying glass. I hope it does turn out alright when it's finished. And at this rate, I'll have it done by next Christmas. But I suppose, well, you can't really see it. It's a bit blurry. So I'm doing this. Where is it? This little tree. Oh, good. Yeah, no, there's too blurry. Forget about that. Anyway, doesn't matter. Trying to get it similar at least. Challenge yourself. Now I've got dark sepia 175, and I really need a bit of sharpness for this. Oh, I tell you what, yeah, this paper is really nice to colour on, but when you're using this, you can see all the hair in the paper, like it's recycled paper, and you can see all the hairs in there. And trying to determine between the print and the hairs was fun. I was going to say something else about it too. I can't remember. But yeah, seeing all the hairs, and I don't know. I was going to say something else, but yeah, no, yeah. Anyway, I forgot. Oh, yeah, chewed the pencils a bit. I have to admit, because Chris uses a lot of colour, different colours, and because that's on A5 and it was small detail, I had to keep my pencils sharp. So I was sharpening my pencils a lot. And it's chomp, 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 chomp. Worth it though. Oh, thank you, thank you, Lulu. Thank you, Mona. Yeah, this is Chris Chang, so you can all do this. Although this is on A5 because I didn't have any A4. So that's why I had to use this. So I was in, so I could get in and get the detail happening, like their little tiny feet and getting those highlights, the white highlights on their feet. And, just, yeah, it was fun. But you can all have a go at this, guys. You can all do it. All you need is a set of Prismas. And I mean, you can use any paper, but it was nice because the white shows up on the tone Strathmore. And the other thing is I sort of made the outside the white, like, on a window when you wipe the window and it's got the frosty snow on it. So you're sort of looking through a window kind of thing. So that's why I did the outside just a little bit heavier white, and it shows up nice on the toned paper. So yeah, that was my sort of, I thought, oh, looks like you're sort of looking through a window. So anyway, yeah, but anyway, you can all do that one, guys. You just got to follow Chris along. But thank you very much. I was pleased with how it turned out because that's my first colour along I've ever done before. I've never attempted it till now, and I finally did. So I'm just using a bit of cream on those highlights. I want to make that stand out just a little bit more. You can even use the white, and I'll go for the Prisma again. That highlight in the picture is not quite as big as that, so I'll just shrink that up a bit. Oh, someone burning off outside. Bit early for a barbecue. Don't know what it is. It smells a bit. Smells halfway between someone burning off and having bacon on a barbecue. So you can imagine those two smells together. That's what it smells like out there. A bit like bacon. All right, what else will we do? I might do this other tree because it looks pretty easy. Bit of cream for the highlight. There's another bit down there. And this tree is pretty dark. So I'll use dark sepia 175. Just do a base layer. Go around that little bit of a highlight that's there. Because it's only little. And there's another little tiny one down there. Oh, and that picture that I did from Chris, that's on Etsy. Alrighty, now I need a dark chromium green opaque 174. And really, technically, I should sharpen it up. This type of paper with this sort of tooth, when you're doing edging, like I was here, along the beams and everything, if you don't keep a sharp pencil, this kind of paper tends to fray your pencil out. So this little beam here nearly ended up twice as fat as what it should be. And that's why, for finer points, I like to keep my pencil quite sharp with this sort of paper because, yeah, before you know it, it's like, whoops, I didn't get that line straight. Whoops, I'll just try and straighten it. Whoops, it's getting fatter. Yeah, I guess, yeah, that is. So this is a green, a dark green, and that tree is very dark. But like I said, with the sharp pencil, I don't want to go over the top of that. I think it's a candle holder. Yeah, it is. It's a big candle. And I don't think there's there's nothing hanging over the top of the fireplace mantle. I'm going to fluff that up a bit. Let's see, that's what you're going to be careful. That green just went over a little bit there. And that's exactly why I say that I keep my pencil sharp. On this type of paper. Doesn't take much. Now, I've got my little brush. Don't want it to smudge either. So, a little bit of celadon green. Because it has a white glow on it. A light glow. A bit yellowy. I might come in a bit closer because that one's not, it's not big, it's only little. Anyway, without being too fussy, that was fine. Hi Suzanne, thank you for being here. Welcome, girl. Okay. all I do next, I might have a go at these curtains. Now, I did have a blue in mind. Wasn't that one? No, it wasn't that one either. Which one? Where are you? They're getting short and they're getting hard to get. You're not supposed to be there. Sorry guys, they're hard to get out. You know your pencils and you know you've got colours. And then when you try and find it, it's not those. That's too bright. Maybe it's in the greys. Or it might be in my short pencils. What have we got? Yeah, that one I think. I think that's the one I was after. That and the grey. Let me see. Yeah, that one mixed with the grey. Cool grey. Really hard to find. Where are you? I'll see how we go with those. And my baby 1023. I'm not sure if that's a powder blue. Cloud blue. 1023 is a cloud. It's cloud blue. Hey everyone. I did not mean to yell. That's all right. I'm not one of those ones that freaks out about capitals. Don't worry, darling. It's fine. But hey. I love the fire. Looks great. Thank you. You are trying to colour exactly as a picture on the left side. I am. Hi, Laurie. Welcome on board. Thank you for being here. And everyone, please make everyone feel welcome. That if you haven't been here before, even if you have, still make everyone feel welcome. Golden rule on my channel. Make everyone feel welcome. But thank you for being here, guys. Yes, I am trying to pretty much... Hang on, I'll zoom out for a sec. I'm sorry about the table, guys. It's just, yep, a bit on the wonky side. Might have to look at the screws. There we go. So, yes, I am sort of sticking to the colours as much as I can. nearly testing my patience, but no, I'm challenging myself for a bit of fun. So it's time consuming. Oh, hang on, I better zoom back in. Oh, that looks horrible on screen. That looks horrible. I might have to fix that up a bit. All right, so I'm going to do the curtain. Now, I'll start off with the cloud blue 1023 in the Prisma. I'm just going to do that. I don't want to smudge that black everywhere. So I will do a base coat. I always usually pretty much nearly always do a base layer. And sometimes it really helps with the tooth of the paper. Once you get that light layer on, it tends to help when you're doing fine work, when you sharpen your pencil. It helps the next layers glide on more smoothly as well. I find myself personally, which was the same with the picture I did following Chris on the paper. Once you got that first light layer on, any other layer after that seemed to go on just so much better. So all you need is a light layer just to kick it off. And you don't have to be fussy about it because you know all those other layers are going on top. So you don't have to worry about lines and making a mess. You can scribble a bit. Just make sure I get into the nook and crannies. So once that's done, now the fun can start. Now I'm just going to see which one might be the best. Yeah, I think that one. The others are a bit blue, but this one, 50% cool grey 1063 is pretty good. It's not too bad. So to save me searching through every single grey I've got, I'll settle for this one. So now that I put that base coat on, that next coat just goes on so much nicer. Oh, just got home from Christmas carols. Mona, it does not look horrible. Yes, it does. Is that snort laugh? Thank you, Laurie. Thanks, guys. I'm listening and sorting my tombos into colour families, so you're keeping me company, Heather. Oh, my pleasure. What's anyone else working on? Anything in particular? See, anyone can do this as well. You know, if you'd like to challenge yourself and try and keep the colours similar. It's just a bit of fun. Or you can do your purple, your curtains purple, green, orange, yellow, whatever colour you like. And I've got a couple of Thomas Kincaid books there too. So I bought them for a challenge as well. One's all like cottage scenes and things like that. That'd be a good one to do. That'd be a big challenge. And the other one is actually the Disney one. And it's got some nice pictures in it too. So there are other ones I bought. Will I get them done in this lifetime? I don't know. Now that curtain goes down and it does cover all under here. Just making sure. All right, now where have we got these darker bits? Just here somewhere. And might be time to sharpen the old pencil up, I think. Up there as well. Yep. Sharpen, don't be lazy. Now down the bottom, so we have a plate there. Another plate here. And they sort of fade out a bit too in a couple of places. Another plate. And doing under here, it looks like the curtains could do with a bit of a wash, really. It does take a bit of concentration. So if I go quiet, you know why. Concentrating. Now I'll go in a bit heavier now that I've got the foundations of that shading in. Where else? There's one underneath here as well. A bit more up here. And if you do make a boo-boo, you can always grab the lighter colour, fade it back out a bit. Sometimes that's good. Works well. Now that line on the curtain, let's cover that line up a little bit. All right, so we've got, now this cool grey is quite dark, so I'm just going over it lightly. It's a really bluey, dirty grey kind of a colour. It's like, girl, after Christmas, wash your curtains for the new year. Big Roddy. I know, we'll pitch in and buy some new curtains for Christmas. All right, so there's a highlight about here somewhere. So going to grab, I put the cloud blue and then some white. And down here I'll do it again. Just a bit. Now the blue is going to be a light layer. Because I don't want the curtain, it's not a blue, it's like it got a bluey grey tinge to it. Oh, you're making Christmas cards. Oh, handmade Christmas cards. That's good effort. Hardly anyone does that sort of thing anymore. So it's good to see. It's nice to see, like, you know, all the old trades from over the years, like our grandfathers and all that, you know, a lot of those old trades just die out. People don't do it anymore and technology takes over. And it's nice to hand down some of those things to your kids, grandkids, because some of them are, you know, old-fashioned when it comes to, you know, they're an old soul and they like those things. And hopefully, fingers crossed, some of them will carry it on. Because that's how a lot of traditions die out, because they just don't have interest in it. Hey, Diane. Hello, darling. Susan, you're in Atlanta, Georgia, USA. Well, I'm in Australia, Victoria. Lulu, you're in UK. Majority, I think, are USA. Oh, I need a light grey, maybe. This is not going to be real easy to get this colour. It's going to take a little bit of work. So at the moment I'm using Cold Grey 2, which is 231 in the polychromo. And so, as you know, I'll put a few layers down now. But it can blend some of the curtain pleats in, smooth it out a bit. And the colour I was thinking of might have been this one, I'm not too sure. 50% cool grey. I thought it was more in the blues, like a periwinkle, or maybe it's blue. Let me look. The blue slates, they're all maybe a bit too blue. Yeah, there was more, I think, the periwinkle and a grey I was thinking about using. I don't know where my periwinkle is. It's there somewhere. But that bluey sort of grey, that bluey sort of grey colour. It was more the periwinkle that's what I was looking for to start off with. The Mediterranean blue is too much of a denim sort of a blue. Now here's the periwinkle. Periwinkle and greys were the colours I was going to go for. But I can't find it. It's there somewhere. So I have settled for these colours, and if I get the curtain a bit darker, they'll pretty much match up. Why is it? Diane, oh, thank you so much, darling. Oh, darling, thank you. Oh, Susan, you're not too far from each other. Oh, nice. Mr. Kitty, he's doing fine. He's outside at the moment, I think. I got fake grass laid down last week, so I think he's happy with that. He lies on top of it, and it's better than that silly grit stuff they had out there. And when I went to the garden centre, I bought, which was a couple of weeks ago or so, I bought some sugarcane mulch. So he lies on top of that, and it's not, and he scoots around on it and has fun on that as well, digs around in it. So he's doing really good. Alright, so that's getting... I still think... Where's my periwinkle? There it is. I found it. Probably use it now. It'll be totally the wrong colour because I've made alternative arrangements. You did, sweetheart. Thank you so much, Diane. It might be a bit fuzzy. I hope not. This seems to be clear, but this seems to be a little bit fuzzy. Let's see. Oh, there's my pencil. Is that a little bit better? Or is that worse? Your fire looks great. I always have problems making fire and fireplaces look good. Well, I just copied what was there. I do wish that I had brought the fire out a couple more mil each side, because it looks like it's this big, huge flame coming off the candle. But there's too much. I don't think I'll be able to fix it now. Maybe if I used a Posca pen or something, it'll be all right. But I do wish I had have just brought it out a little bit more. But it'll be all right. But thank you. I reckon I need to fix up the background. I mean, it's quite blotchy on here, but on this one, yeah, I don't know. I might fix it up a bit. I might leave it. I'm not sure yet. I'll have a look at that later. I'm so sorry about this table, guys. I'm going to have to look at the nuts underneath. Oh, Suzanne, thank you very much. Oh, guys. Oh, thank you. Merry Christmas to you all. Thank you. I will put that towards books for next year or something for next year for us. But anything that does go to PayPal goes back to you guys on stream. 100% absolutely. Thank you so much. Laugh out loud. I didn't notice that until you said the candle. Yeah, I know. I shouldn't have said anything. But it does, yeah. So last week, sorry I wasn't available. My neighbours asked me if I wanted to go to the markets with them, and I thought, yeah, why not? Because the markets were on Sundays and I stream Sundays. I thought, oh, well, might as well. Now, I'm just using a bit of periwinkle down here to see, because it might be just a bit blue. And I actually think that the periwinkle might be better for the window, actually. So keep that aside. Oh, my God. See, time flies. I want that curtain to be a little bit darker, but not too dark. So I'm looking around at my greys. Maybe this one. 30% warm grey. We'll see what happens. And because I've used the periwinkle down the bottom there, I might be able to blend it in a bit. If not, just grab it white. Just bring it back in colour a little bit. It's kind of like erasing it without erasing it. Oh, thank you so much, guys. And it is my pleasure to put stuff back into the stream. Thoroughly enjoyed doing that for you guys. Now, I've got a bit of a shine on here now. It's not like I moved the light or anything. I just want to wash the curtains, to be honest. Like, they look grotty. Yeah, she's got I'll press a bit harder there because it's quite dark under here in the picture. Oh, my tummy. stomach's starting to rumble. Bit of shading. So yeah, and this is the thing when you're colouring like this, as you build up the layers, you go back over and put the finer points back in, and you find you might have to go over and do it again. So I'm putting the pleats back in. And if you can't get it the same, well, so be it. Doesn't matter. Now, I might use the white. Just for those couple of highlights there. So it's sort of got the bluey colour, bluey grey tinge to it. Might not be the same, but doesn't matter. Just building up with these greys and blues and the periwinkle. Oh no, I decided not to use the periwinkle. I'll do that on the windows. Anyway, that'll do. I can touch up the curtain off stream, but we've sort of got a bit of similarity happening. It looks good to me. Nice, that's here, the candle. That's fine. If you're not spending your bill money on us, that's all the better. No. That's what's in my description, that any contributions go back to you guys on stream. I haven't been able to come for the past few weeks, so I haven't heard. Are you still in love with your new neighbourhood? Yes, pretty much. We've got great street, couple of duds here now, unfortunately, but anyway, can't help that. Never mind. But other than that, yeah, no, it's good. We had a street party Christmas street party the other night, and that was good. Oh, Heather, I didn't catch that you were on. Been busy packing for our trip up to the daughters in Maine. Have you? Oh, awesome. And hello, Sherry. Thank you for being here. I'm good. And I didn't stream last week anyway, guys, so you didn't miss much there. I went to the markets with my neighbours. Sherry, here the weather is getting crazy up in the north. Yeah, that's not all that's getting crazy, is it? Yeah, here we go again. Now Kentucky, and this is a different story. Oh God, yeah, that tornado and that went through was horrible. Well, that's good. I thought I heard there was a huge snowstorm heading that way. Looks really good, Heather. Thank you, Lulu. Stay away from the duds. Yeah. Yeah. All right, now there's... Goodness me. Look, well, time flies. All right, I'm just going to use any brown. It doesn't really matter. Van Dyke Brown 176. And it does need to be pretty sharp. And the matte, well, I'm going to rub that. I'm going to do that again. I'm going to get that right. I am. Trying to square things up and do it properly is, yeah, it's awkward. So anyway, I'm going to do that again. That should be just a bit more of an angle. Now there's a couple of trees here. So we have, and they're only faint. Couple of stalks, or branches, I should say, coming out there. There's a branch there. and right on the edge. It's right on the border. This is one of those things I was talking about earlier about keeping your pencil sharp. Otherwise, that tree is going to end up 10 times as fat as what it should be. Now, this one goes broader along here. Now, if you do go a bit dark like I'm going at the moment, and it helps you guys to see it, you can always just get the white and just fade it back out. Because it is pretty faint in the window. They're just in the background there. And that tree is a bit fatter than what I'm doing. Anyway, it doesn't have to be the same. A few more branches. Looks like there's a couple more branches out there. But they'll look alright anyway. I think that's all. There's that one there, that one there. Oh, there's some up the top. Yeah, that's a bit, I don't know what they're attached to. Must come up through there somewhere. Something like that. Anyway, it doesn't matter. They're only faint anyway. Now, this background, I need a really light grey. I think a bit of the periwinkle. That's not periwinkle. Not that one. That one. Light grey, bit of periwinkle. You'll probably even put a touch of maybe lilac in there. Great lavender. Let's see if there's a better colour. Yeah, the great. That might be about the best, I think. Something like that. Oops. Glad I held on to that. It'd be shavings everywhere. Oh. My chunky monkey grandson is almost 18 pounds and 2 feet long. He's only 4.5 months. Oh. Kentucky Storm was a bit too close for comfort. Yeah, my daughter-in-law's mother lives across town from me and her neighbourhood was hit hard. Oh, it was devastating. It was just a war zone. It looked terrible. It was really bad. Mum's house was not hit. Her fence was blown down, but she had one of those houses in Lakewood where everything gets hit. But one. She was the one who didn't. Oh, my goodness me. Yeah, guardian angels for sure. 15 minutes north of Nashville. Oh, I love those open beams in that picture. It reminds me of a snow lodge. I'd love to be sitting by fire sipping brandy. Oh, I'd be there with you, Dee. No worries. It's a nice book, Sherry. They are nice. I never used to have much interest in them. That's the wrong way around. But I was, yeah, because the lovely Diane sent me some PayPal, and it's like, well, what do I get for Christmas for all of us for streaming? And I looked at them. I thought, oh, I'll get the Forest Girl. So I ended up getting all three of them because full set syndrome. What can I say? So I grabbed them, and I'm really glad I did now because they are really lovely books from Apol. I think that's how you pronounce it. Apol. Aeppol. Apol. Something like that. And yeah, they're good books. Now, I've got the white as well. I have to make sure the white is clean. So, I'm going to start off with Cold Grey 231 in the poly. Now, I'll end up going over. Yep, don't know what that was. Where's that going? Yeah, that's the edge. Just making sure. Just a very light layer of this grey. Hey Wesley, what you doing? It hasn't really been raining out there, but I hope his feet aren't damp. If he jumps up on here, onto my book, I would not be happy. Sorry I'm taking so long, guys. This. All right, now that's the light grey. Now there's some white bits in here and sort of a bit. That's why I thought I'd grab the grey lavender or something because it's sort of got a little bit of a tinge in places. So I'm using the periwinkle, but very lightly, just to give it a tinge for now. And you can always work with it later on. Fade it out a bit with some white. Oh, it's sad, isn't it? We have to use a magnifying glass. Alright, now that's just a very light layer. I pretty much skipped over the trees. Now that I've put that blue in, I can build up on that, but what I'm going to do is this side of the tree, without smudging the branch that's there, I'm going around it with the white. And if I go over the top of that branch, I'm just going over lightly because I don't want to drag that brown everywhere, but I just want to fade out that branch so it looks like how it is in the picture, which is quite faded. But if I go too heavy on that branch, I will drag that brown everywhere, and I don't want to do that. Now here there's branches which I'll put on really, really lightly, and you can barely see them. So I'm going around them, and then I'll just go over with the white on top of the branch because they are really faded in the picture. And then before I move away, I'll make sure that the pencil's clean and there's no brown or anything on it. And then continue on. So doing this, I'm putting those highlights that are in, but I'm also fading out that periwinkle blue, and then I can put in the darker areas. And because the white is down there, the periwinkle blue won't be so dark. And that's when I can just add a little bit of grey lavender, just very lightly. So it just gives it a little bit of a tinge. Don't want real purple, I just want a tinge with that periwinkle. And then you can just grab your white and just lightly go over and blend it and smooth it in. So if you have got this book and you see this picture, you'll see what I'm talking about. It's kind of fluffy looking. Have those open beams in that picture reminds me of a snow. Yeah, I know. Yeah. And we were talking about that earlier. Like, I love log cabins and the wood and all the stone and slate floors and yum. Yep. Don't miss my fire. Don't miss the soot and the dust. And although I had a door, mine wasn't an open fire. It was a Canara. They have a door on them, like in a metal box. But no, I don't miss it. I don't miss that dust. Rolling on the floor laughing. What did I say? All right, and the same here. There's a bit of a shape going. I have no idea what it is, but it's sort of. So that's what I'll try and do, is replicate that. And the other side of the tree is quite blue, or a darker area. It's like well, it is watercolour, I suppose, but this sky in the back, it does really look like watercolour. And that's what this paper's for, actually. It's good for watercolour. But you can get that washed out watercolour look with pencils. All right, now that I've done that, I can put a bit of purple in there too, just a little bit. Bit of grey lavender just for colour. And then just get the white. Might be an idea to do the whiter areas first. Then make sure your pencil's clean. And then go back in. Smooth it out. And now that I've done that, you might have a bit more of a storm coming. They're the blinds, if you're wondering what that tapping is. I've got the sliding door open a bit for Mr. Wesley so he can come in and out. Otherwise, like most cats, they have you getting up and down like a yo-yo. So I'm fading this tree out. And now I can just go back in with the grey lavender. There it goes, flying up the hallway. And just darken up those areas. Wow, I got a real lot done. Not. I can't believe in 2 hours you get that. A few stones, a curtain, a bit of a background, a bit of a reef, which needs fixing up, because I like that one better, and a couple of little trees in 2 hours. That's terrible. So what kind of trouble you been getting into, Heather? Oh, me none. No. I wouldn't do that. Well, I'm going to have to scoot. Hubby has put a movie in, but Merry Christmas and blessings to all of you. Back at you, Sherry. This is looking awesome, Heather. Thank you. It's very time consuming. I'll get something done off stream. Hugs to all and all good night. Night, Sherry. It all takes time, Heather. It does. I'm just so conscious of it taking forever. But what I will do is, I don't know why that's so blurry. Oh, it must be the contrast. All right, bear with me, guys. I don't know why it's so blurry. Looks right. But anyway, you can sort of start to see, looks better off stream, but you can start to see the colour and the tree faded in the background compared to this beautiful picture over here. But it's starting to come together. But yeah, anyway, that's the whole effect. So it's really faded in the background. Well, guys, next time I talk to you, it will be Boxing Day. It will be the day after Christmas for us. Oh, actually, it might even be Christmas night for you guys. So maybe I won't stream. I might not stream next week because Saturday night will be Christmas for you guys and it'll be Boxing Day. No, so I won't stream next week. No, I won't stream next week, guys, because it'll be Saturday night for you. It'll be Christmas night. So have a wonderful Christmas, you guys. I hope you get lots of nice art supplies and all sorts of goodies and stuff yourself stupid on food and tell your loved ones you know you love them. Don't make amends if you can. Don't fight at Christmas time, guys. On Christmas Day, everyone just get along, chill out, bite your tongue if you have to. All that sort of stuff. You know what families are like when they get together. Just no, keep you cool and try and get along. That was a lovely Christmas. Yes. Thank you to everyone that come along today and watched. Merry Christmas, guys. Merry Christmas. All right. Love you all. So I won't stream next week. I'll talk to you in 2 weeks. Take care, guys. Thank you. See you later, guys. Be good.